Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. Star Citizen Alpha 3.20 has a load of mission updates and we're going to go through that. Some of them are pretty awesome. The Fury LX racer is going to be flyable real soon. Port Olisar is leaving us, but there's still time to visit it and get yourself a little award for doing that. And the ship showdown has ended with the Corsair being crowned King of Ships. So we had an Alpha 3.20 patch watch mission featured. So this post goes through typically more minor features of a patch that's about to be released. And these, although more seemingly minor features, can actually have big changes on the game. So Cloud Imperium said, the mission feature team has taken us through some of the new additions they've brought to the latest builds. As a side note, we're currently rallying behind a global initiative to focus on a variety of quality of life changes and fixes. You may have seen some of those in the latest patch notes that I've covered. This is a trend we'd like to continue. We'll share more information on those quality of life bits in upcoming patch watch posts as well. So expect more quality of life stuff, and the quality of life stuff that they've been doing is absolutely fantastic. So the Destroy Stash mission. Previously, this mission spawned hundreds of individual boxes, but with the help of new code, we now spawn pallets that come with drug box loadouts, along with significantly improved performance and reliability. This method allows the team to control the number of pallets spawned for different mission difficulties. Cargo manifest changes. In Alpha 3.19, we added cargo manifests of bounty, assassination, and salvage missions. However, there was a bug that stopped these from achieving their full potential. This has been fixed for Alpha 3.20. Faux variety. For combat missions, most quantum travel capable ships were added to the pool of spawnable vehicles. However, some that don't make narrative sense were omitted. For example, criminals won't use a Drake Cutlass Blue. As part of this work, the game's ships were divided into difficulty bands derived from data gathered by putting every ship against each other thousands of times. Fingers off the keyboard. The hack prevention counter mission can now be accepted by more than one player. This should now see more people coming to stop hijacking without allied players being able to softlock them. Takeaway food. We fixed an issue where players couldn't store food and drink items when they were inspecting them or when they settled on the ground. Ledge grab. Mission features worked with active features to enable the ledge grab feature in the persistent universe, seeing it through the QA and go no-go processes. This allows players to grab onto ledges while in midair, significantly improving climbing and allowing players to reach ship entrances that were previously out of reach. They also made a pass on the prison escape mission alongside the North America persistent universe team to ensure that the new feature could be used to its fullest, but this should also make general ledge grabbing just more responsive and work better in most situations. This stays between friends. Players will not be classed as hostile to all when attacking their own party members. This will prevent things like security and turrets from opening fire on parties just playing around. No need to run. We made impound timers less lenient since the removal of Olisar means they are no longer ATC controlled landing pads right next to each other. The time spent trespassing in landing areas is also remembered for a time to prevent it being easily reset by constantly dipping in and out. Done for today. Salvage missions can now be abandoned per player without the mission being pulled from party members. 50% scrapped. The salvage missions can now be abandoned, and as long as more than 50% of the target's hull has been scrapped, they will count as completed. This allows players to only have to salvage half of the smaller ships to unlock the medium ships. Ruto returns. We fixed an issue that blocked players from getting missions from Ruto, but you're not guilty. Changes have been made to the start of the prison escape route to ensure players cannot break into the main prison via conventional means. Get off my lawn. We added a screen notification to trespass system to tell players which faction owns an area that they are entering. So in addition to all this, they made some awesome mole quality of life updates allowing the player to see mining UI info, but some of that stuff is broke and they're trying to fix it for the next PTU patch. Also, CIG said the Mole is a multi-crew ship that has 3 mining capsules, which is something that they do not want to change. The goal is to give the pilot all necessary information to help them looking for rocks to mine and have a good overview over the current state of its cargo. For the future, they want to be able to display an overview for the pilot to be able to see the state of the mining heads in the capsules, but that's not something that's going to happen soon. In Inside Star Citizen on racing, CIG talked a bit about racing and how it stands in sort of 3.20. It's 6 degrees of freedom racing, it's pretty hard, it has a high skill ceiling, and a lot of ship choice. Cloud Imperium devs play the racing mode sometimes, and just because they make games that doesn't make them good at them, but they are going to be supporting and adding to racing in the future. One of those additions is the Fury LX, which is coming to Alpha 3.20. It's tooled out for racing. We got to see a bit more of it. Instead of weapons, it has extra horizontal strafing thrusters, which improves the ship's ability to strafe over the base model. It has racing wings, taking inspiration from the Razor. They talk about control surfaces and air brakes working eventually. It has cool looking light bars, aerofoils, negative space on its wings. It's extremely small and maneuverable. Price-wise, they haven't announced that yet. I'm expecting it to be between $60 and $70. You should be able to get it in-game, as in buy it in-game, with the next major patch, so whatever major patch there is after 3.20. The ship should be flyable and also purchasable with real money once 3.20 goes live at the end of September. There was a little bit more info in the Inside Star Citizen though. They are improving ground physics for vehicles as well. This will affect how a vehicle grips and feels. They should feel a lot less floaty. You'll have a lot more weight to a vehicle that has, weight to it. You'll notice better handling or more appropriate handling. They're going to be moving to them using power, fuel, and resource management systems at some point in the future as well. But I like the idea that I'll be able to drift in an appropriate manner with my Tumbrel Cyclone. Should make ground-based racing and the Daymar Rally and stuff like that a lot more interesting too. Farewell to Port Olisar was a post that Cloud Imperium put up as well. To some of us, Port Olisar is more than just a space station. She was a gateway to our very first steps in the verse. Many will never forget the feeling of walking through the airlock, hearing the sounds getting muffled as we step onto the landing pad, and being awed by the sheer vastness of space around us. The feeling of being so small as the massive Crusader loomed overhead. For a long time, Port Olisar was our only home. But sometimes the old must make way for the new, and as we usher in Seraphim Station in 3.20, we put Port Olisar to her well-deserved rest. For those who have yet to, you can still pay tribute to the iconic space station, say your goodbyes in any way you feel like, do some risky flying through the rings, sit at the edge of the landing pad and contemplate the mysteries of space, EV around and take in the sights of a piece of Star Citizen history, or just watch ships coming and going for the last time. We warmly invite you to share your fond memories of Port Olisar on the community hub, on social media, with the hashtags #StarCitizen and #FarewellPortOlisar. As a token of remembrance, anyone who visits Port Olisar in the final days leading up to her decommissioning from now until Alpha 3.20 goes live, you're going to receive a Farewell Port Olisar Spectrum badge. So a little minor thing there. I actually quite like silly little tiny rewards like that for just doing things in-game. I actually think that they should do a lot more of these more often. So reminisce about good old times and take solace in the knowledge that the experience and memories created here will forever echo in your hearts. And remember that the best is yet to come. Farewell, Port Olisar, and thank you for your years of service. You will be missed, but never forgotten. The ship showdown has kind of ended, and congratulations to all Drake fans who rallied behind not just the Corsair, who is now king of ships, but also a wide range of Drake ships that made it into the bracket this year. The Corsair will be available for all backers to fly free in-game until the 30th of September. It's well worth trying out. It is a fantastic ship and well deserved to win the ship showdown this year. Additionally, your top 4 ships will be taking a prize as well. So the Corsair, the Vulture, the 600i Explorer, and the Redeemer will all receive 2953 Best in Show paints when the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo rolls around later this year in November, along with manufacturer-themed posters to use in your future HABs. All backers who have those ships, any of them in their hangar at the start of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, will receive the paints and the posters for free then. You also will have the opportunity to pick up the ships with their Best in Show prizes during the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo with their respective ships. Also, just want to mention this, on the PTU at the moment there's lots of problems with ASOP terminals spawning ships and a lot more instability in the patches as well at the moment, so they are trying to solve these problems ASAP. I was hoping that they would have these all solved by the time this video came out, which is hopefully what is going to happen. So I'm not sure if this is going to be applying a hotfix or if it's going to be another small PTU patch, but I expect it to be working a lot better for the weekend. I am really interested to know, are you playing in the PTU at the moment? Has it been a terrible experience over the last 24 hours for you, or have you not noticed any problems? Did you like the fact that the Corsair won the ship showdown, or who do you think should have won? Are you going to go visit Port Olisar? Do you remember that station fondly? Did you only get into Star Citizen when there was more space stations and more area beyond just Crusader? Or do you remember only being Crusader? You couldn't visit planets and moons. Are you excited for the Fury LX coming to 3.20, or do you not really care about this sort of racing and racing ships? What about physics improvements for ground vehicles? What about those mission updates? There was a ton of mission updates and quality of life improvements for 3.20. I'm really looking forward to the patch going live. Hopefully, it'll be a lot more stable for this weekend. But whatever you think, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. NordVPN is amazing and you should buy it. It's so useful, it's easier to tell you what it can't do. NordVPN can't do your taxes. Nord, how much do I owe for VAT? NordVPN can't help you buy more spaceships. Nord, add a terrapin to my shopping cart. NordVPN can't cook for you. No, my cabbages! And NordVPN can't be your girlfriend. Can't or won't NordVPN, if that is your real name. NordVPN.com/BoredGamer will help you connect to the internet more safely, securely, and anonymously, with greater access to the content you want. But can I teach it to love? Links below for the best NordVPN deals around. Every month we have a ship giveaway, and for September, that's for the Drake Corsair, that fantastic exploration ship. Not only will you be able to explore the verse with it, but the ship is perfectly competent at a huge range of gameplay, and is a fantastic mission running ship. You can use it for cargo, you can put some vehicles in there. It's reasonably good in a fight, one of the true multi-role, multi-crew ships. To be in for a chance of winning one of those, just comment on any of my videos made during the month. More details down below. Also down below are links to be able to support the channel more. There's the join button, making you one of my elite channel members. You'll get occasional exclusive content. There's also YouTube badges and emotes to show your support. There's also Patreon for those of you that prefer that. We try to mirror the rewards on there as well. But just people liking, subscribing, and sharing these videos goes a long way. A heartfelt thank you to everyone that watched the video. I hope you have a great September, and I'll see you in the verse.